Reportedly, Maurizio Pochettino has already turned down the potential of managing Manchester United and insists he is not keen on the job. That are the reports coming out of Spain today via Sports Witness. And of course, this is coupled by the news that Real Madrid, who of course are looking to add Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, maybe even Manchester United's very own Paul Pogba. There are reports that Juve want to replace Carlo Ancelotti with Maurizio Pochettino at the end of the season. But the question remaining is this: Man United fans, are you happy or sad about the potential of Poch not coming to Manchester United? Leave us your comments now. Smash that like button. Let's do this. Welcome back to the show, people. And it's such an interesting day for Man United. Reports coming out of Spain that Maurizio Pochettino has already turned Manchester United down. Of course, you've got to read the article. You've got to go through it. Insists he isn't very keen on the job. What Sports Witness here have said is that Man United reportedly looked at Pochettino after parting ways with Oli last November. The Red Devils struggled to take the Argentinian away from PSG before then appointing Ralf Rangnick. The German started his work, blah, 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 blah. It goes on to say that Pochettino continues to be in the frame for the job, as explained in Sport, of course, the outlet reporting this. The Manchester club are still interested in him. However, the ex-Tottenham manager isn't keen and has already turned United down. Now, having already turned them down, when you go into the detail of this is prior. He hasn't been offered the job in the last week, few days, etc. But what they are alluding to is that there appears to be a big pull, a big pull from Real Madrid. There is almost this element of Maurizio Pochettino at this moment in time not wanting to be too close to Man United because he doesn't want to ruin his opportunities of being the Real Madrid manager. Now, that is, of course, the narrative of the Spanish press. And, of course, the Spanish press are going to say that. They're going to elevate Real Madrid over Man United. It goes on to say here that Carlo Ancelotti is currently in charge at the Bernabeu, and the Liga side could relieve him of his duties if he fails to win silverware this season. And what's really interesting with the Real Madrid situation is I never quite understand them as a football club, and I don't follow Spanish football with a great deal of attention. So I say what I'm about to say with absolute respect. They're top of the league, clear by 6 points. They ain't looking much cop in the Champions League, though, if I'm being honest. They look a little bit lightweight. They look a little bit old. They look a little bit over the hill. And it appears to me like because Barca have fallen by the wayside, because Atletico Madrid are bang average this year, I'm not saying they're winning by default, but there's almost an element with their squad, with Ancelotti, they should be winning the league because of those other two big clubs just not being at it at all this year. I get this feeling at Real Madrid that they're looking at Ancelotti and he was a great manager, one of the best, but he's past his best. And they're looking at someone they think they can bring in that can help mold this new young squad that they're looking to build. And they're looking at some serious players out there. Mbappe being the shining jewel, Haaland being looked at, the Camavingas of this world, turning these players into stars. That's what Real Madrid want to do. They want to build a new team that is capable of winning the major trophies again. And they want Poch to be at the forefront of that. So when I see the stories that Poch has turned Manchester United down, it doesn't overtly worry me or concern me. I've always had a feeling that Maurizio Pochettino's biggest ambition was to manage Real Madrid, maybe to manage the Argentinian national team at some point. But this seems fairly plausible, fairly normal, fairly right that he would want to go to Real Madrid. Now, interestingly, there's another story here today from The Athletic that says Man United do have a few lingering concerns about Pochettino. First, that maybe he has done his best work in the past, which is really weird considering, I mean, that's the weirdest part of that sentence is, which means he's done his best work. A man ain't won anything. I don't care about league titles in France. I don't care about national competitions in France. Whenever you're winning league titles in a country where there is a monopoly, and I'm talking a severe monopoly, they don't count so much. It isn't like winning La Liga. It isn't like winning Serie A. It isn't like winning the Premier League. It just isn't. If he wins the Champions League, my mindset will start to change. He didn't want anything because I don't understand this notion of best in the past. But anyway, and second, that he has not always enjoyed working with PSG's A-listers. And I think this is really key. I think Pochettino is a bottle job. I think Maurizio Pochettino will fail at Manchester United. I don't think he'll be able to handle the egos, and I don't think he'll be able to handle the pressure that we, the Man United fans, will put upon him. I think he will crumble. Ironically, it's worse at Real Madrid, but that ain't my concern. I don't care. I don't care if Poch fouls at PSG. I don't care if Poch fouls at Real Madrid because I don't support those football clubs. That's for the Parisians and for the Madridsters. Let them worry about that. Ain't on me. Even as a channel, we don't cover it. I've seen a lot of people come out today. No, he hasn't rejected us. This is old news. It is fake news. There's no substance to it. But I don't care. Poch turning down Man United is a blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. It is the very best news that we could hope for in this managerial race. The continuation of this, United are thinking about him. He's been a long-term... No, I don't want him to be a long-term target. I don't want him to be the Man United manager. I don't care about his system. I don't care about his training. I don't care about how much he develops youth. I don't care how much people thought years ago he was like a young Fergie. He doesn't have the belly for it. Yellow belly Poch. Yellow belly Poch. Southern fried Poch. Chicken. He ain't got it. He will not be able to. And when I say handle the egos, all big clubs have egos in the dressing room. You need to be able to handle that. Stay composed. I don't think he can. The Man United fans are going to demand the absolute best. I don't think he'll be able to handle that. How is he with gateway moments? He isn't it. Will the football be better than what we had under Ollie and what we've even seen recently? Probably. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that he isn't a good coach. I'm not denying that he isn't a good manager. But Man United don't need good. Man United need the best in class available. Pep isn't happening. Tuchel isn't happening. Klopp isn't happening. I look at Ten Hag. I would like Nagelsmann. He isn't available. Ten Hag is the guy. Ten Hag is the person that Manchester United have to go after. When I look at managers, and there's question marks over everybody you could link to the club. There's question marks over everybody. And everyone's going to have a different preference. But Ten Hag, for me, is the best available who I'm least concerned about. Someone who's on the rise, someone who hasn't even reached, in my opinion, their peak yet, who could become one of the next greats, could become one of the next Klopps, one of the next Peps. He's there or thereabouts. Experience in multiple leagues. Experience working with superpower clubs. He obviously needs the right structure, culture. All managers need that. We put that aside for a moment. Everybody knows my stance on that. But I am seeing Man United fans it's weird to me. It's like, imagine this. Imagine there's a person that you don't want to date and you don't want to go out with. But imagine, your dad's like, listen, you got to get with her, mate. Why, Dad? Why have I got to get with her? I'm trying to do a business deal with her, Dad. Do you know what I mean? Make her happy. Get with her. Do it for the family. That's how this feels. I feel like we're trying to be forced, like a forced marriage here. Of Man United and Poch. And I'm like gutted. I'm like, oh, no. I don't want to do this, man. I've got my eye on someone else. I don't want to marry this person. But I've got to do it for me dad. Do you know how happy I would be if I come home and my dad's all angry? I'm like, oh, what's wrong, Dad? Oh, she don't want to marry her. I'm not getting angry. I'm not going to, oh my God, I've been rejected. I'm having a party. I'm celebrating. I got a friend who that happened to, by the way. There was an arranged marriage going on in his family and he was being made and he was so sad about it. Like, I remember him crying. He's like, I don't want to do this. And he comes to my house and the boy, I never seen him so happy. I never seen him so happy. He was so happy. If I would have let him, he'd have drunk alcohol for the first time in his life. And I was like, brother, I'm not letting you do that. I know you're happy, but let's just chill here. Have a Diet Coke, right? And basically, the girl said no to him. And then it was all this big hullabaloo and he was celebrating. That's how I feel about this news. Big up, big up yourself, Such, by the way. If you're watching, brother, I miss you. Long time no see. I've got to come down. We've got to go out for some food next time I'm back in Bethnal Green, brother. But like, I just want, like, this is what it reminds me of. This is good news. This is the best news ever. That Poch doesn't want. Please be true. I beg, I pray. I beg and I pray that this news is just categorically true.